Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, October 28th, 2024, here for my weekly cross-stitching update. I have a lot to share. So I guess we should just jump right in. I do have a few things I received this week, so I'll share those first. We'll do Stitchy Kindness first. There was a wonderful Stitchy friend who reached out to me when I lost my dad recently, and so she wanted to bless me with some things, so I thought I'd share those. She sent this beautiful handmade card with some nice thoughts inside, so thank you. And candy and some quilting needles. It's peppermint and dark chocolate, which is like a fancy York peppermint patty, so yes please. I love those. And she sent a no count cross stitch called Cream for Kitty. It's a dimensions kit. So cute. I might actually see if my daughter wants to stitch this because I think she would love that. That's very sweet. And a Family Tree by Joan Elliott kit, which is really fun. I do like this sort of thing, so I'll have to see if I can make this work for my family or my in-laws or somebody, you know, that'll be fun. So it comes with all the stuff. A cute little, his sister is a forever friend, Lizzie Kate pattern. So that's nice. I do have a nice sister. And a Sea Turtle Mill Hill kit, the Spring Bouquet series. Super pretty. I love these little kits. They come with everything, all the beads. And so thank you very much. That was very sweet. And it's always nice to be a part of the stitching community and to know other people are there for you, and just the extra generosity is very sweet, so thank you. I also received my Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month for October, which is very fun. If you have not received yours yet, you can maybe fast forward a little bit, but it is perfect for what I wanted to do this coming year. So it is, I'm getting 25 count Lugana, and this one is Through the Stones. So it's a really nice light green. It's kind of muted and gray green, I guess. It's perfect for books of the Bible. This was done on time, 28 count time. So you can see the background is even on the edge, you can see it. It's like a gray-green model-y fabric, and it's not available on 1-2-3 Stitch. So even though my mother-in-law was able to get me these threads that were called for when she picked this up there, she wasn't able to get the called for fabric. And I think this is going to be really pretty. Just like the right shade of green to match this green, you know. So I am really excited. And because it's 25 count, I can work on it in the car. 1/1. I had some 36 count 1/2 option fabric in, like, kitted up with this until I got this fabric, because it would have worked. It would have been nice, but it would have limited when I could work on it. So now I can work on this in the car, and I'm thinking of making this my to and from church stitch this coming year, because I didn't really have another good place to work on it. So that'll be what I'll do, because my temperature design for this coming year is going to be non-traditional, shall we say. And I will want to work on that at home when I'm stationary. So this will be my new to and from church project, because we're like 20-25 minutes away. So each way every Sunday. So I will see how far I get on that one. But that'll be fun. So perfect fabric for that. I guess now we can launch into what I worked on. So here's this year's temperature piece. Temperature Turtles. And I got caught up on Sunday. The October patches. This is 28 count Caribbean Blue Jobelin by Witchell, 1/1 full cross. And got some more patches. It's been, you know, relatively warm this week, in the high 80s, low 90s through here. It's going to be cooler this week, and I'm hoping it'll stay cooler, to finish out October, start November with some more greens in here. So that will be lovely. Cooler weather is much appreciated. So got that caught up. I also worked a little bit on my cats and hearts. I'm working on October. That's what this one will look like. These are by Kitty and Me Designs. I've been working away on these all year. I've only skipped May so far, which I'll do as a like travel stitching next year, and then bring other things to be doing for travel stitching after that. I'm planning next year to have my travel stitching be, instead of a new like set of things to work on, I'm going to try to finish stuff for my travel stitch. So including May of this year. So this is the start, not the start, I think I started it before, but this is where I've gotten to on October. 25 count white even weave, 1/1 full cross. Gotten all the purple cross stitches done, so that's fun. And I did several strands of dark gray on the kitty cat. So I can start in on the orange now, I think, and I'll do green last. So that's my plan on that one. And we went away for one night for a belated anniversary trip this week. So I worked on the gray in the car because that was nice to just kind of go back and forth and not have to count too much. And then all the purple was the whatever other times I got. I did one day on Castle Homecoming. This one, I need to fix something on it, so it's like, oh man. This is by the Frosted Pumpkin. I am trying to finish this by the end of the year. I really want to give it another, like, some more chunks during the week, but it has yet to be spun for my focus rotation. Yeah, so hopefully one of these days. Not this week. This week I will not have a focus for a finished piece rotation, and I'll explain that in plans, but this is where I got to. I'm just working on the bottom there, so I'll hold it close for the bottom. This is 28 count ice blue Lugana 1/1 full cross with a color conversion, a fancy flosses. It's similar to what's called for. And I think I had, what did I do this time? I did the eyes. So like the little eyes of I did the gray tail and around the head of this squirrel, I think. Their eyes, troll's eyes, Nessie's eyes. There's like a Loch Ness monster here. The frog's eyes. I haven't yet done the knight's eyes. I ran out of thread, and there's also a row of black like underneath his visor helmet thing. So a little bit more of that color left to do. Did I do anything else? I guess the dark gray. I finished out some of the bricks in the dark gray to finish my thread. I started to backstitch over here, and I messed it up because my eyes were being, I'm trying to get new contacts right now, and the process has been tricky. So the day I happened to be working on this, I was wearing a prescription that's not great, and so it was hard to tell where I was on my pattern in comparison to this, and so I ended up, basically I need to frog some backstitching that's 1/1 on 28 count, and that's tricky. So I'm like, you know what? I just left my string hanging, and I'll come back to it, and I just haven't yet. So I need to do this when I'm not chit-chatting with my sister, and do it under my bright light downstairs and get that fixed. So that kind of took some time away from stitching, but it will be nice to kind of get moving on this a little bit more. I do think I can get this done this year if I just have some more time to work on it. It feels like it's pretty close. So, okay. So my main projects this week were 2 of my family pieces. And this week was busy. So I not only went away midweek, but Saturday my son's marching band hosted a competition. So I volunteered for about 5 hours, and then we went back and watched him perform at the end of the night, and a lot of time away from home on Saturday too, and like I had Bible study on Tuesday. There's just lots lots going on, but I did some every day, and it's all you can hope for, right? So Monday I worked on Simpsons. This one's for my husband. I didn't do any colors. They're all I did like a pale blue and white. So it's not going to be super exciting to see, but I did some 266 stitches. So that's progress, and I'm happy with that. And so this is where this is at now. 40 count, Verdal 1/1 half stitches. I believe the pale blue was in the paper over here. And then I came over, I might have done some white fill-in as well. And then that row was finished. So then I came back over here, and the next color over here was white as well. So I have white on my needle. I think I finished out the white in this paper here. And so now I need to just fill in. I have white on my needle, so I'll be filling in his sleeve next time I pull this out, which will be in November. So that's that one. 266 is not too bad. Lollipop, I got less than, and I am sad about that because I wanted to do more, but such is life, especially when I'm not home much that day. So this is Lollipop by Tilton Crafts, and this one's for my daughter. I'm working up here in this corner, so I did some along the edge of the moon and then down here. This corner will be really fun to fill in, so looking forward to getting back to this. And yes, I do still have some thread on my needle with this one too, because I just kind of did what I could and then stopped when I had to stop. So this is 133 half stitches. The Simpsons piece is now 60.29%, so that one's coming along nicely. This one is at 6.55%, also coming along pretty well. This is my newest start of my full coverage family pieces, so making some good progress on that one. Not today or this week, but generally speaking, when you pull it out once a month, you do make some nice progress compared to once a year. So, rule of thumb. So that was a nice one. I'll pull that one out again in November. I think in November, yeah, they'll be next week. I'll do both of those again. So it won't be that long until you see them again. My Whip Go piece, no, this is my Focus on a Finish piece that was spun for last week. It was Honeybee, which got spun for the second time on one of the 6 pieces that I would love to finish this year. Not sure if it's possible on any of them because I feel like I'm not making as much progress as I would like, but you know, life. So here's where I got to. I am happy with what I was able to get done, especially considering we were on vacation while I worked on this. So this is all the kit materials, 14 count perforated paper, DMC beads. So I worked on these 2 flowers, I guess, and completely filled in everything that's up here. There I had some beads and a few missing stitches in there. That's all done now. So now I'm coming along and carrying it down this side, which led me to just color complete this dark shadowy color. So next time I work on this, I'll keep pulling this down. There's a couple more flowers down here, and this is more, you know, beehive stuff. So honeycomb stuff. So there is progress. It is coming along slowly but surely. And then my final Whip Go piece for October was Mayday Merriment by Joan Elliott. So that's what this one looks like. This is in the Cross Stitch Gold July, what is that, 2010? And so I think she also has a slightly different version on her Facebook group, but that I think some of these things are beads. This one is all cross stitch, and I decided to convert it to fancy floss. So like instead of 3 or 4 shades of purple for her dress, I'm doing 1 shade of purple. It's got a little bit of variegation, and I'm stitching it in kind of a, instead of stripy or like horizontal or vertical, it's kind of flowing with the shape of the design to try to mimic, you know, the shading that would be there. So far, so good. This time I worked on hair, which I was hoping to. I didn't get all the hair done, but I did 2 girls worth of hair, and so that's progress. This is 32 count Jobelin in Spring Morning by Color and Cotton. So I did her hair and her hair. And then there were a couple, I think her cheek and these 2 girls' cheeks were not done yet. 1 stitch in their cheek, so I finished those up too. So that is pretty well. This is 2 over 2 full cross, and so kind of just going down the lengths of the hair. It is a little harder to count that way because especially when there's fractionals and everything, it's, you know, a little tricky, but it's fine. So I didn't get the last girl's hair done. That would have been nice to get the last girl's hair, but I did something. I did 2 days on that. So my Whip Go call is checked off. And that one I think is going to go on my, you know, try to finish it or push it closer to a finish list for next year, because it's like one of the smallest fancy ladies I have. So we'll see that more next year for sure. And then Sunday I did my seasonal Sunday time on Autumn Montage by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is a full coverage version. They also have Janet Stever's artwork in Jan Lynn kits that are not full coverage, and they're a lot smaller and less detailed, but they work better for some people if you're not willing or interested in the large full coverage versions. These have so much detail. I love them. So I'm going to stick it out, but they'll take me the rest of my life. And that's okay. So 282 stitches. This is on 28 count mushroom Lugana 1 over 1 full cross. Now at 2.43%. I did some down here, filled in a lot of this, and I think there was some bits and bobs throughout here too, like some dark yellow and stuff. So it's coming along. I'm kind of filling out, picking symbols in the 3rd column from the edge. So that's that one. I will keep working on this through November on Sundays. So we'll see how much more I can get done on that. Going forward, my plans to finish out October. We have the 2nd clue came out today for the Robin Christmas Patchwork Stitch Along by the Historical Sampler Company. And I'm going to stick a picture in of the cover art because I don't want to print that cover page every time a part releases. There's just too much ink involved. So I'm going to work on this today and tomorrow. And I'm pleased that the 2nd part is the next half of the upper part of the chart. So here's my starting point on this one, using the kit linen and DMCs that were provided. So 2 over 2 full cross on the 32 count linen. It really pops on this fabric. So I'm going to go this way and finish the border. I'm going to work this in too because I don't really like it hanging here, and since it's going to be another 2 weeks till I get to that, I'm going to just stitch it in. I know it's going to be like this, you know, just until my thread runs out. So I will stitch in these threads and then kind of work from the top down. So I may even just go as far as the corner on this and then just start filling in these top boxes, like work on the snowman. That'd be fun. There's a house over here and I think a bell maybe in the middle. So that'll be fun. I'll see what I can get done on that one. I don't do as much 2 over 2 on 32 count as I used to with mirabilias and stuff, because I've gotten into full coverage and 1 over 1 on everything. So it is kind of nice to get back to 2 over 2, but it is different. I think I have something else. Yeah, my next thing actually will be 2 over 2. Oh, no, not quite. On the 29th, which is tomorrow, I will be officially finishing Those Who Sing. So I'll just show you next week, but it's all done except for the legs and the beaks of these little crows down here. So I'm going to finish those tomorrow to officially finish Those Who Sing on Colette, the Highway Stitcher's birthday, because it was a birthday start for her birthday like 3 years ago, maybe? Something like that. And I started it with her and she finished it in 1 year because that's her goal for her birthday start. I did not finish it in 1 year. So I'm hoping to finish it on her birthday because I figured I'd wait and hold out those last couple stitches just to be fun like that. So then I can officially check that one off. But I'll show you the full reveal next week. And then the 30th, I'm going to start my October start, which I've had kitted up now for like 1.5 years. So I'm super excited to get this going. This is Let's Get Spooky by Imaginating, Ursula Michael. And the general cover picture, I don't know that I would necessarily have been drawn to it, but I saw this as a model on the brag table at Stitchin, the retreat, 1.5 years ago. So it's super cute. There's purple, green, orange, and black. On the white, it doesn't do as much for me, but I'm going to put it on this pretty Live and Die LA fabric called Sleigh Bells, which is like a light green. There's hints of yellow and gray. So I think it'll be perfect for Halloween. And it's just DMC floss, so I'm going to get that started. There's a lot of back stitching and not a lot of cross stitches, which is actually kind of fun. So this might not take too long. I'm very curious to see how much I'll be able to get done in 2 days. So it might be very little. It might be a lot. I might count up and work from the top down and do the hat first. But we'll see. Because, I mean, I guess, yeah, center start in the center would be easy. Like a corner start wouldn't work, but you can fold it in half and, you know, count down and start at the top. So I might do that. I like to work from the top down. So that'll be fun. I'll get that started and work on that 30th and the 31st for Halloween. And then we move over into November. So my first WIPGO piece for November that I'm going to be working on is my non-full coverage, one of my non-full coverages, which is My Story by Jeanette Douglas. I've been waiting so long to work on this, but I'm following my own rules by waiting for the WIPGO. I don't think I got to it at all last year, which is why I put it on my WIPGO board in the first place, because I really wanted to work on it, and only the things that I was super wanting to work on made it on my WIPGO board in the first place. So this is full of specialty stitches. I'm most of the way done with this column, and then there's like a whole bunch of smattering of like samplery things here, and then a whole bunch more specialty stitches over on this side. This is also on my short list to finish next year because the specialty stitches go pretty fast. So I'm curious again to see how much I can get done on this in 2 days and to see what I can set myself up for next year. I pulled out, you know, a bunch of flosses from my stash instead of the ones she calls for. So it's a little more me than just following the pattern, which is fine when it's like a sampling of myself is the kind of the idea. So I just pulled from my stash, close to what she calls for, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the threads. I think they're mostly silks and stuff. So here is my starting point. This is on probably 32 count lamb's wool linen. 1 over whatever you need for the specialty stitch. And I think if there's any cross stitches, I'll do 2 over 2. So it's got little trees, and each little band is its own thing. There's a few beads in there too. So I think this might be, yeah, I think this is the last band. So this was the bottom. So this time I'll very likely finish this band, and then I'll start working on whatever's here in the center. So that'll be fun. So I can't wait to get back to that. That will get my Friday and Saturday stitching. And then I'll work again on Autumn Montage on Sunday. So I think that's it. That was really fast. So hopefully you are enjoying what you're working on and can just settle into the season and just find fun things to work on. I'm excited to spin the wheel again next week to see what other focus pieces I can work on for my Wednesday, Thursday slots. This coming month, I have all my Wednesday, Thursday slots open because my new start, there's an extra set of Friday, Saturdays in November. So I'm going to do my new start there instead of my, what do you call it? My Wednesday, Thursday slots for my spin the wheel pieces. So hopefully I can get some of those pieces finished at some point. And so far it's been going very slow. So it's a little discouraging with that. I know the idea behind it for other people who are doing this 3 months to the finish line is they'll spin a wheel or roll a dice like every day and work on one of those pieces and then just keep churning through all their finish goals. But I want to keep working on my family pieces and I want to finish WIPGO, and I like the seasonal Sunday idea. You know, I have all these, and this Christmas stitch along that I agreed to do. I just have too many other things that I want to do. So it is the way it is, and I am happy I get to work on so many things. And I won't be sad if none of these get done, but I would hope there'll be certain ones that I would really like to get finished. So we'll see how that goes. We have 2 more months. Let's do it. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I'll share my other WIPGO pieces as they come up throughout the month. Verbally, I can say it's the other non-full coverage is Cottage Garden Fairy by Mirabilia, and then my 2 full coverages are the Young Gardener and the Nativity. And the Nativity is very fun. I'll work on that at the end of the month because it'll be after Thanksgiving, so it'll be Christmas time. It'll really feel like pulling that out, so that's fun. Good timing on that one. All right, I think that's all the rambling I can do. I hope you have a wonderful week and happy stitching. Bye.